This podcast is powered by Mill Lions. Use discount code HARDNEWS10 for a 10% discount on your festival outfit. Alright, gear up and welcome back to the second episode of the Gearbox Special here at PLAFONDDIENST, the Hardstyle podcast. And in this second and final episode, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the label. Of course, talking about that massive Ziggo Dome event, but also Exproz will be joining us any minute. But first of all, welcome back, Phil, and also welcome back, Floris. Ooh. Thank you for joining us in this episode today again. So, Phil, after surviving the first episode, are you officially a podcast guru right now?
Yeah, well, not quite, because if I was a podcast guru, I would have taken a change of clothes like you to make it look as though you've...
What do you mean? This is a different day.
Now I look like the dirty guy who wears the same clothes all the time. This guy goes and has he changes outfits halfway through.
And thank you, Mill Lions. Use discount code HARDNEWS10. No, later on, like I said, Exproz will be joining us and talk about his career and even more. But first, a new addition to the Gearbox event this year is the second area. Which is hosted by Gearbox Fusion. Yeah. Phil, what sparkled the idea of having a full hard techno area added to the Grand Prix?
Well, the label's been going really well. We started Gearbox Fusion just last year. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, a real long time. I think some people maybe thought we were kind of jumping on a bandwagon, but I was actually talking to Tom, who does a lot of the videos for you guys. And he remembered back in the day when we had a label called Exclusive. So it was a techno label. We had T78, ASYS. So I've got a lot of love for techno. I've always wanted to work in techno. But obviously you needed to focus on one thing at a time, which is not my strong suit. Really not my strong suit. But no, I've been wanting to bring back the hard techno sound for ages and ages. And finally kind of put the effort into it last year. And I was kind of worried a little bit that starting something new, you're kind of starting from the ground and no one's gonna respond all that well to it. They're not even gonna entertain your messages. But amazingly, everyone that's working in hard techno, they already knew the name Gearbox, so it didn't feel like starting from scratch whatsoever. So we managed to basically every artist that I wanted to get onto the label so far has all been kind of yes, and it's just been going really well. So because I've been putting so much effort into it, and honestly, there's definitely this sense that there's a divide between hardstyle and hard techno. You can see it again in Reddit or maybe in some of the group discussions on Facebook or whatever else. But for me, hard techno is hardstyle. It's just a variant of hardstyle because it's still got the kind of hard kicks, the drive and energy. It sounds like the stuff from back in the day. So like again, I judge stuff on music. So it's not a hard techno area. It's just another harder styles area, and it's stuff which has got a bit more kind of rhythm, groove, dance floor orientated, and it brings variety to the overall event, which I think is essential because I mean some of the previous events I've been to, there's certainly a feeling at the moment that I have that things are perhaps becoming a bit too structured, stuff sounding a bit too much the same all the time. And because people tend to follow trends quite a lot, everyone goes in the same direction. And now the style of hardstyle has become so niche and compact into this one little area, it doesn't feel varied enough. It doesn't feel unique enough. So I think it's important to offer something a little bit different.
Okay, and what's your point of view on this, Floris?
So I think, like, I've known Phil for a long time. He's been a hard techno enthusiast from the very beginning. And the scene allows it now more to like intertwine them a bit. I think also Hot Pursuit was the first event that actually had a hard techno artist, which was Phantasm.
I don't think it was the first.
No?
No, I'm sure there was other events which had done it.
Raw events?
No, hard techno events actually. But so yeah, you might be right. I don't know if there was many raw events which had hard techno, but I certainly wouldn't be laying claim to being the first.
There were multiple genres within the harder styles festivals that had, for instance, a hard techno stage or techno stage, but not one hard techno headliner on a raw event. That was absolutely a first for Gearbox.
Yeah. I think it's also with the the amount of comments that we get from it, I think that's always a good sign, right?
I love it.
Look at the big artists. Look at the stuff from Gearbox back in the day. We always got hate.
Yeah.
And now we can kind of get a bit of hate as well. And I think that's good, because if you get people talking, it strikes a chord. And that's what we are doing right now. And I'm fully for it. And I think if we can merge the two scenes, there's two times more parties for people to enjoy. There's more people coming to experience our events than the other way around. I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we think too much in boxes, in my opinion.
It's the same as that loads of techno DJs are playing Showtech FTS.
Yeah.
But the other way around.
I mean, this is the thing. The hard techno events and the hard techno scene, it's very welcoming to everything. So they're listening to Raw, they're playing Raw, they're dancing on Raw without judging what it is. They're just there for the music, and I love the hardstyle scene. I love the fan base because they are so dedicated. But there's a level you can be too dedicated where you become too kind of
narrow-minded.
Yeah, you can say narrow-minded. You can say that. I mean, anything which is out with the box of hardstyle, it's like nah.
But it's the same with football. I mean, like everyone has their own club, but because we are so focused on our own club, we're forgetting we're watching the same game. You know?
Yeah.
We're glory hunters. We'll just support whoever's winning.
Hop on the bandwagon. And when people are talking about, for instance, you adding the Gearbox Fusion hosting at the Gearbox Grand Prix, how were the responses on that?
I think generally pretty good. I think I would like to think that the Gearbox fan base appreciates and understand what we stand for. You know, we've always been for kind of developing music and trying things which are new, breaking boundaries and trying to find something unique in the scene. So I think I would like to think that the Gearbox fan base is more open-minded and open to change and stuff like that. So I think generally speaking, it was a really good announcement, but there was still some comments. In fact, did you not make a post on the Hard News page? And there was certainly some comments which were not appreciating it so much.
Yeah, quite a few, because everybody is welcome in the harder styles, right?
Mm-hmm. No, listen, like people are totally. They can have the opinions, of course, but I mean, it's when people say stuff like, "Oh, that's it for me. Gearbox has lost its soul." It's my label, and I've been running it the way that I wanted to run it for my entire life. Well, not my entire life, the entire life of Gearbox. I've run it the way that I want to run it with the music that I love. So the soul of Gearbox it's a projection of the music that I love, and it's open to everything. So it's. I'd love to say that it doesn't impact me at all having that kind of comments, but I mean, of course it does, man. You know, I don't know.
And what do you do then when you read a comment like that?
I cry for several hours crying.
And then go onto Reddit.
And then I cry longer.
For instance, loads of Gearbox artists are already working with hard techno artists. And like you mentioned, Phantasm also joined the Gearbox event in Brepark. So there are already quite a few, fusions already of hard techno and raw, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think Cruelty was one of the people who's really kind of pushed the boundaries and pushed that scene forward as well. And credit to him as well. He seems to be the catalyst for a big movement in hard techno. So there's been plenty of people doing this. It's certainly not something we would claim that's brand new, but it's certainly something we will push and something I feel strongly about because, again, you kind of need to open the boundaries for music. So I'd like to just see a little bit of everything and try and bring back that kind of creative spark in the artists as well, rather than just this kind of following trends. If it's hardstyle, it needs to have this. And yeah, I want people to just think a little bit more outside the box and encourage growth and development.
Well, that's what we talked about in the first episode, that Gearbox being about giving talent a spot and a chance to develop themselves, but that also regards to music styles.
Yeah.
So is that also the case with hard techno? Do we need to give it a chance?
It's a different genre in terms of like, so seeing in hardstyle, if you're a good producer and you're making the tracks, you're the guy that gets booked for these shows. Whereas with hard techno, you could be the best producer and you're not gonna get all the spots on the festivals. So there's much more kind of emphasis on being a good DJ, having a good stage presence. But again, with what we're doing at the label, I don't want to focus on like who's the biggest names or anything like that. I just want to find guys who are going to be doing stuff which is a bit different, and really encourage just thinking outside the box and trying to find some sort of unique sound that makes you stand out. Because I'll be very honest. See, checking demos from the Gearbox demo box, that is one of the most tedious tasks that anyone could possibly imagine. It can be heartbreaking, man. I lose faith in music sometimes when I'm checking that demo box.
If you're only listening on Spotify, I can almost see the tears in both of your eyes. Can you explain that process? What is it like to open a demo box?
The problem is that people are so keen to just kind of, I really like this, so I'm going to try and emulate this. But they so closely emulate it that it just becomes something which sounds like a carbon copy of something else. And I used to be able to go through demos before and kind of go, right, the sound quality's not there, so we'll cancel that one off. But now, because, I mean, producing music is easier, there's sample packs which have got your kicks ready-made for you. So actually, I'll get 20 demos a day, and they all sound like they could be pretty decent because like it's a sample pack most of the time. So it's taken longer to try and get through it, to find the gold, find that little sparkle of something which is a bit different. And after you've listened to 10 tracks in a row which are uninspired, it becomes very difficult to then appreciate something after it.
I'm curious, how much demos do we get, like on average, a day-wise, week-wise?
I would say probably 10 to 20 demos a day.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of listening, and when I first started the label, I would always give feedback to people. I would love to give feedback and try and help as much as possible. I would kind of critique in the areas where I felt that they could really quite improve. But now I don't even have the time to say no. It's like even just putting the no button, so I just delete the audio off. So I hope people don't think I'm rude in that respect, but it's really impossible to keep on top of that and give the feedback. And it's something which, during the early years of Gearbox, that was one of the reasons why I was developing a really good network and a really good close relationship with everyone that was wanting to release, because I had the time to talk back and forth. And now it feels slightly different because I just don't get the time to give the feedback and really get to know the person and have that kind of closer connection. So that's a little thing which is lost recently as well, because the sheer scale of the demos that are coming through is just a bit much. And then obviously everything else as well.
But Phil, on the other hand, if you would get a demo that's really good, but it's missing something, but you see potential, then you would take the time to respond.
Yeah, of course.
So then it has more to do with it not being it, plus not having the time, right?
Yeah,
but if you send something and it is something, of course, it will be taken seriously.
Yeah, I suppose. No, there was some good ones recently. We had some really good demos in the Gearbox Fusion side of things, and I love that. I get so excited for new music. I see anything which is just different, and it's got a bit of a story and just like a little hook which is stands out from the crowd. I get real excited about that.
Yeah,
so
like
excited.
a fresh new wind.
Yeah, 100%. So I've still got the passion for it in that sense. I really do, but it's certainly harder to come across it now.
In the previous episode, you already explained that the Gearbox podcasts back in the day were like all styles, techno, hardcore, whatsoever. Also, you adding Gearbox Fusion to the Gearbox Grand Prix is not that really a surprising move, because you also have Gearbox Overdrive covering all the up-tempo hardcore. So Gearbox is not only about raw, but it's multiple genres involved, right?
Yeah, always has been. We've had Overdrive's been running for a long time, but it only got decent when this guy took over.
Thank you.
But no, we've had Shured was doing Gearbox Euphoria. He took on the reins at Gearbox Euphoria, and we've done. I mean, Aviate's been a standout for years and years. Gearbox Hard Dance, we're looking to bring that back as well. So that's just your kind of hard dance. In fact, Gearbox, when it first started, it was a hard dance label. It was mostly kind of a hard trancey kind of vibe. So yeah, we're rooted in all sorts of harder styles. So yeah, when people complain, oh, this doesn't sound like Gearbox, like, yeah, you don't know Gearbox.
Yeah, so it's not only about raw, there's more involved.
Yeah, Overdrive has certainly had a lot of success, and I'm going to let Floris explain how things have gone there, because this is his baby.
Now take the stage, Floris. What? Okay, tell us about Gearbox Overdrive, the up-tempo label.
How did it start?
How did it start? Well, like Phil said, it was already present as a label with Gearbox. I took the label over now 2 years ago, I think. We were doing some side projects, Phil and me, throwing parties in Brabant in a club. And we noticed that the uptempo was just booming. I already had some connections. And it was also in the time that the bounce era came to be.
Bouncy uptempo.
Yeah, and Overdrive was lacking a bit of a direction. It was just random releases at the time. So we rebranded it as just Bounce. I had, for example, a friend of mine, Milan Abaddon, who was very big at the time already, but he was always loyal, releasing tracks at us, and that was a bit of the starting point. We got more and more and more traction. We started to do parties. First one sold out with just a trailer. I think it was a couple of weeks or maybe a month before in the Vibes Eindhoven that it sold out.
Damn,
then we did then we did the hosting at Supercharged, which was packed. Another party in Vibes, and of course the new party that's coming up with Classified. So yeah, all these things together, now having signed 5 artists, it's just going like, I think a bit like Gearbox organically.
Yeah.
It's not that I've been chasing artists. I've never made an artist a deal. I've never had them for dinner and proposed something. Of course I knew them because we got along and they wanted to release something, but I never told them, come sign with us. They all came to us because they knew what we were doing and they liked that. And so it went really like on a friendship based in a normal way. We didn't push events because we needed to do it, but because the timing was right. So eventually...
It's worth noting that Floris is just a good person and people want to work with him because of that. He's really good at his job, no doubt in that, but there's a level of trust when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I think a lot of the artists really trust him. And I think I'm kind of hoping that was the case with me as well, is that it was built on trust and friendship and... not kind of throwing a contract to people and like, oh, get them signed for 10 years and not that kind of stuff. It's never really felt like a business to me, not until more recently when it's all my conversations with accountants or lawyers or whatever else. But yeah, I'd like to think that Gearbox stands for a bit of a kind of community family feeling. All the people that work with us, they're all trusted and just yeah.
No, but that's the Gearbox family, what everyone talks about. It's because we're all friends. It's not just the artists, also managers and artists and interns and whoever is a part of it, people that previous released or did guest releases, everyone is welcome. And that's just because we're friends.
Yeah.
And
just doing things the right way as well. I think just doing things with kind of empathetic kind of way of looking at things and just being fair.
What you do that I learned from you and that I'm doing with Overdrive right now. For example, if an artist wants to sign with Gearbox Digital, no matter how big the artist is, if there's a couple of artists that are already signed that are not good on a personal level, they have a voice. They can say, we don't feel comfortable with that, because a rotten apple can do a lot. You can be the biggest artist ever, but you also need to be good with the boys, so it keeps like that trustworthy environment, you know?
Yeah.
And that's exactly the same approach on how we did it with Overdrive, and we had a rights camp like a couple of weeks ago, and it felt like a friends camp, you know? And that's something special.
Yeah.
And we had the same with Gearbox for years and years and years. And that's when I think the magic happens, you know?
Yeah, when it almost feels like you're on holiday together.
Yeah, exactly.
How awesome is that to call that your work?
Yeah, I know.
100%.
It's fantastic.
And talking about Gearbox Overdrive, because what is the aim now with the label? You already said that it was just all over the place in the beginning, but right now, what is the goal with Overdrive?
Well, the goal now is to close the Ziggo Dome in the best way possible, of course. All the tracks that are going to be played are going to be 100% originals. So it's not going to be a back-to-back between Rosbeek and Dark Individual and Abaddon. It's going to be like all new tracks. They all made it. Every track has all 5 artists in them. So I think that's really special.
Oh, shit.
And then the event with Classified, of course.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you. It's
Scooby the Bye.
Fucking Scooby the Bye, what is that? Is this a Dutch reference?
Joe Beukers, jongen.
This is BMBERJCK saying...
Oh, Scooby the Bye. Paulus.
It's a Scoop reference.
Scoop.
Like a exclusive, a premiere.
Okay.
Yeah, true. That's
Nice.
the first time we talked about it.
You're good
We,
at that.
we actually recorded it for our own little documentary, but that's never going to see the light of day with our speed.
With what?
No, I was talking about the Ziggo Dome, what we were going to do there. We actually recorded it for our documentary as well, but this one is going to air before.
Our documentary will come out in 2035.
Yep. We've been working on it for 6 years already.
It's going to be a genuine 20 years of Gearbox.
Is it already out there that there's a documentary coming?
No. There's no point in me. There is no point in me announcing anything like that because I can't deliver on it. This is the thing. I've got so much footage from like Ruler and Sick Mode. Like, do you remember the early Gearbox ones?
Yeah,
they were brilliant. They were fantastic, and yeah, they were created to help with selling a party. But then the party sold out, so I was like, right, well, we can shelf that for time being. But I've still got all this footage from Encrypta, from Luminite, from Ruler, like really funny one with Ruler. It was brilliant.
Was this due for the first Ziggo? Remember that big marketing?
Man, this was honestly before that. Oh, which one was it? It was 10 years of Gearbox. 10 years of Gearbox. We're now at 16 years of Gearbox. So I've got footage from a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so when are you going to see this documentary you're talking about?
I think we have like 10 documentaries now. But like half of the stuff is irrelevant at the moment.
This is, and the thing is I need to sit and watch through all this, and it's 5 years of content. I'm just trying to look through it. I was like, no.
Well, good luck to the editor. Okay, so you're going to close down the Ziggo Dome with Gearbox Overdrive, and you have recently signed a lot of new artists, right?
Yeah, true. We had Abaddon, that was the first one. Thanks to Milan, he kickstarted it all, of course. You need to start with one act, and Milan was a big one. Then, and that's actually like how we do it. I take Milan, Abaddon, or every artist that is signed for us opinion really seriously. And he came with Dark Individual, who was not on my radar. I heard some music, wasn't too impressed, but Abaddon always had a great eye for talent, better than me. So I signed based on trust. That's when Dark Individual came in. And actually at the writers camp, he showed me his new music. And it was the first time I told him, I'm really happy that I signed you because it's fantastic. Then Screecher, Marco, came in. A guy that I had on my eye for a long time. He is very, very talented. Has his own unique style, works in triplets, really dark, atmospheric, bit of an old radical sound, spell synth sound mixed with up-tempo, really good. And then Rosbeek at the Rose. Yeah, these guys, they don't need introduction. You had Rosbeek here on the couch. Very, very nice guy. Had a lot of good things to say about Torosa. And the same goes for me. It's just a bunch of really cool guys and really motivated. Like I said, making all these new tracks for a 45-minute show. I've never seen something like that. So I think after that, we have a couple of other shows. Rebirth, we're going to close down as well with Overdrive Live. Overdrive Showcase, actually. And then we have the event coming up. So, I mean, I think with this team, there's going to be... we already did a lot, I think. But now that we finally have some backbone to the label, it's going to be a really good year, 2026. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds very promising.
I hope. But I'm feeling confident about it.
Cool stuff. You already explained that Gearbox Overdrive had some kind of revival already.
Yeah.
But that was also the case with Gearbox Digital as a main label, right?
For and after Corona.
Yes, it was an interesting time because coming towards end of 2019, that was around the time that Malice were splitting, and they were looking to start Aggressive Records. So it was going to be Ruler, Malice, Sick Mode. And that was the core of Gearbox. You know, that was the personality of Gearbox. They were a huge, huge part of it. Who else was around that time? So I think
Rebellion, Malice.
So Rebellion had I think
Encrypta also, right?
Scantrax.
Yep.
Luminite was there, obviously. Encrypta was there, but I mean, there was a period of maybe 2 years when quite a lot of the artists were kind of moving on to different things, taking different directions. And I didn't seem too stressed by it. I mean, we were working with Aggressive Records. We were actually running Aggressive Records as well with the boys. So it gave me the opportunity. I was actually quite excited for it because I love new music. I love taking you guys in. And I'd already been speaking to Fra. I was speaking to Anderex. Strikers were coming through at that time as well. But then Corona hit just at that time when it was like everything was changing within Gearbox. And I don't know, it seemed as though the rest of the scene stood still and they were waiting for events to release music, and then all the music was delayed, and I don't know, it just seemed like, right, we're going to hold back, we're going to wait until things are a bit clearer. And for me, I was like, music. Let's just get music out there.
Yeah, because that was pretty surprising. COVID shut everything down, from events to even the doors of some producer studio. They were like, okay, I'm taking a break. But Gearbox wasn't.
No, not at all. That for me was an opportunity to release more music. I'm sitting thinking, right, people are at home, they're wanting to have something to look forward to. So like, let's just, I was so excited for this because it was just an opportunity to showcase some new ideas, some smaller artists. And I didn't feel like I had the opportunity to do that anymore because Gearbox had grown to a certain stature. So I think the guys wouldn't have felt so comfortable having new artists on there with like a lesser production quality, and they didn't want to be on the same label as someone that was breaking through and didn't have a name for themselves. So I couldn't take risks, especially like the international side. So like Sojuice, we released Sojuice for the first time. He had no releases before that. He was based in the south of France. He wasn't known at all. There was no kind of social media page around him. There was no hyper buzz. And to take in an artist like that based just nothing but on music, it just stopped happening so much. So for me, the lockdown albums were just this opportunity. It's like, right, I'm going to show you some really exciting music. These are some exciting artists which are going to break through. So Diesel, Andrex was on it. Mutilator got his first release with Gearbox on there as well. So I think we released more music during COVID than probably any other time.
Well, that's insane though, because you already had big names like Rebellion, you said Unresolved.
Yeah.
There were a lot of names that Gearbox made it so much bigger. And then, COVID happened, and then it felt like you almost had to start again.
Yeah.
Was that for you also the case?
It didn't feel like starting again. As I say, because I was working with Aggressive Records, I maybe there was a small sense of, right, this might be difficult. But honestly, the artists which were breaking through, I was so excited for their music that I didn't feel anything but kind of excitement. There wasn't a sense of pressure there because it felt like I was going back to the thing that I loved, just showcasing new music and giving the chance for people to grow again. I love that. I love that. So I love starting new labels and working with brand new artists. I think it brings you a good feeling to know that you kickstart someone's career like that. So for me, the lockdown albums and that whole period from 2020 to 2022, I got that sense of excitement again. You know, because you're working with artists who are just coming into the scene. They're going to their first festival. They're going to their first Dutch booking, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" And you get that sense of excitement from them. Whereas when you've been working with someone for 5, 6, 7 years, and they've played at every festival, they've played all the major stages.
They've seen it all.
Yeah, that sense of novelty and excitement isn't the same as what it is when you're just breaking through. So I feed off that kind of energy from people that are breaking through. So it was really good for me. I really enjoyed the whole experience.
Plus, to be honest, mate, if you have artists that start with tracks like Onslaught, 2 clips, and an acid tag from Enderex, and that's like in the first couple of months, that's a big reassurance because what the fuck? Those were some of the best tracks. I mean,
the music was very good. I mean, the Soju stuff as well. I mean, I was surprised the Soju stuff didn't get more recognition at the start because for me, I was like, whoa, this guy is good. This guy is real good. So, yeah, for me, I thought it was fantastic, and it was just an opportunity to get back to the roots and really do the stuff that I love. I mean, I just more a sense of appreciation working with people that are coming through and offering something a bit different and new. I love being at the forefront of that kind of stuff.
Maybe that's the key of the whole, Gearbox umbrella, as in development.
Yeah.
Not only for talent, but also for genres or just looking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Am I right for that?
Oh, no, 100%, mate. 100%. I mean, there's purists. There's some labels and there's some artists out there that really stick by their sound, and they won't tend to move too much away from a certain kind of style. But for me, I don't know. I get bored very easily. So if I hear the same thing consistently, I get a little bit frustrated. So having new artists to work with is amazing. Look at it.
Well, talking about new artists, well, at least joining the studio.
Let me give this guy let me give him a big hug before I get him to sit down.
If you're listening only on Spotify, there's a wild Exproz coming here in the studio.
1 hour and 15 minutes late.
yeah.
now I'm here.
How long was the drive? It was like a 5-hour drive you've done to get here.
So normally it's 4 hours for me to come to Netherlands. Now we are really close by Netherlands, if I'm correct. And today was 5:20. So 1 hour hard. Basically, the time I'm late.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right, we
1 hour.
So that's
15.
11 hours drive.
We better get some questions in quite quickly then, because we've run out of time.
Yeah, just get your gear on, move the mic a little.
Gear
closer
up,
towards
gear
your-
up.
So right close with the microphone.
Really close.
Really,
Real
yeah,
close,
perfect.
baby.
Well, welcome, Sebastian. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, we already discussed the label kind of infrastructure of Gearbox. So how they came about and the revival and before and after COVID. When did you hear about Gearbox for the first time?
First time. Oh my God. Like when basically not it was created, but when they started to sign international artists, I would say. If you are going to the first after movie, you know that story, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to like Gearbox Present Suppression, you can see me like 3 times in the after movie. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like 10 or 12 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know. So yeah, that's the time I knew Gearbox for. Like basically when they started to sign Ruler, Rebellion, Malice, all those guys. Even I know there was Expander, Regains.
Yeah. That was one of the first releases.
Yeah. So yeah, I look young, but I'm old, and I'm listening for this kind of music for a fucking long time.
The thing is, he drove all the way to the event. In fact, you can tell the story about the travel and where you were sleeping that night, for example.
Oh, I slept in my car for the Gearbox party.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm French, so like for me, it's like really I'm one of kind that listen to this kind of music, and like a lot of people can't understand that I'm driving 5 hours to listen to this. So yeah, at that time I was just like a broke guy that loved this kind of music. So I was like, okay, how much friends would want to join? We have 2 cars. We are like 8. Okay, we have 2 cars. We can just sleep, and we slept at the venue basically.
Like on the parking lot? Or?
Like at the party. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah.
Was that
That's a long
Hemkade?
time ago.
Am I right in thinking
No,
that was
Amsterdam.
that was Ruler's first time playing as well?
He was on the area
He was
too.
second area, yeah.
He was area too, and now when I see him backstage, I told him, like, bro, I was at your first international gig at the time.
Man, that guy loved that set so much. He was so thankful. Like he was buzzing. Like this guy was so happy with it.
And
Oh,
that's
shit.
how I found like the raw hardstyle became something really serious, because there was the niche. Like Gearbox was really niche at that time, so you had like all the big guy. And yeah, I don't know, like at this party I remember that like the vibe was deadly, and like everyone who was there, like they were like, okay, now like this is something big. Everyone knew every tracks and everything. Even the second area was packed.
Yeah.
Like it was really good vibe.
Was that in the era of not only the Gearbox events, but also Suppression at the North Sea venue?
Exactly.
And,
Yeah. I think at that time the party was called Gearbox Prison Suppression.
No, it was Suppression Gearbox XXL.
Yeah, or Gearbox Prison Suppression, or Suppression Prison Gearbox, something like that. I don't remember, to be fair.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
it
remember
was
the
a
name.
collaboration between Suppression and Gearbox.
But those collaboration really went off. As in the footage of those parties went, well, there wasn't a viral yet back in the days, but it went viral.
Oh, man.
It went certainly viral.
Think about the artists on it as well. You had D-Sturb, Rebellion, Ruler, Malice. Who else was on that lineup?
Luminite, the Avengers.
Sins of Insanity, I reckon.
Sins of
Yeah,
Insanity. maybe in the second
probably,
day, I think.
Most probably, yeah. To be fair, like I don't remember. I should have watched the lineup again before the podcast. I don't remember that.
There was Jewel Decimation was an artist that was on that, and that is a duo act which has D-Charge. D-Charge was in a duo called Jewel Decimation, and so they were signed at Gearbox. So D-Charge was also signed at Gearbox back in the day.
Damn.
I don't know if they want me to tell this story, but they certainly didn't make the greatest impression that day. Should I turn the alarm? The alarm? No, don't say this one.
Wouter, do you
It
have
was
an alarm on
when
it?
we all ordered Chinese before the event, and then one of Jewel Decimation spewed all of the Chinese onto the floor. before their set and
Hell
was
yeah.
wrecked, like hammered drunk.
Red button.
I know that's
That's a red flag to not do. Yeah.
it wasn't D-Charge though. D-Charge was not the guy that spewed all over the floor. So
Yeah, here, the Avengers.
the Avengers, yeah.
Bro, at that time, that was crazy shit, man. At that time, like it was like the only opportunities if you want to listen to the sound of their music in a big sound system. It was basically the only opportunities to listen to it, because we were spinning those fucking tracks in house party and cars, and like it was like, wow, okay, we can listen at event now. This is the one opportunity time. So yeah, I remember that was a long time ago.
But
that was
also-
not even the first time I was at a Hardstyle party, but first time with a Gearbox party for sure. That's for sure, yeah.
But also at the big parties, they didn't play that type of sound. I remember going for like years and years and years to the big parties, and it was always like the mainstream hardstyle, which was really cool. But the underground raw, the Gearbox stuff, it was impressive.
It was really underground. It was cool. It was really cool.
And how was that for you guys to organize such type of parties? Like Floris said, it was mostly mainstream. And, well, I see here, Ruler closing down second area. There wasn't much of a spot for him back in the days.
No, not back then, but he was so thankful for it. He had the greatest time. He was buzzing for such a long time after it. But I mean, I remember the Ground Zero booking he had as well, and he was doing Ruler live for the very first time, and he was actually going to play live as well. But I knew how big a gig this was for him, and like again back then, he was like, this was everything to him. And I turned up. He didn't realise this, but I turned up, and I'd been hidden as a gift at his hotel. And I got wheeled out, and he kind of lifted up to see this gift, and it was just me there. I was like, I was never going to miss this. And he was like, oh, amazing. And then he was really disappointed. I was like, I thought I was getting a real gift. But no, like back then, there was such a buzz about everything. And as I say, that's when I was discussing just before you turned up, is see the excitement and the buzz that I get from working with artists as they're progressing, as they're getting big, and that feeling.
This is what Gearbox is all about, basically.
Yeah.
He have the flair. He know how to track someone that can have the potential of being like someone big in a way, Like Phil is really good at this. He can really like sniff like, okay, this guy on SoundCloud is really small, but he can really like, be someone and being big,
Yeah, like a scout.
Yeah, kind of. He can, I don't know. He have that special skills, I believe, that not a lot of label boss can have, I believe. Yeah, that's what make.
What would you say that one of the poorer dimensions of my label boss?
What do you mean?
Feedback.
His feedback are terrible. Like it's like the worst feedback you can have from someone. Ask Phil. If you think you're good, ask Phil. You will see. You're the worst, bro. You're the worst, bro.
Not only if you're a producer, by the way. Not only if you're a
No,
producer.
with everyone, bro. With everyone, with every fucking thing.
What kind of feedback did you get?
Oh, I should. It's a long time ago on WhatsApp, but like sometimes I'm like, okay, this is really good. You send to him something like a demo or something. He's like, okay, this is really bad. This is one of the worst track I listened today. And I'm like, bro, like there is nothing positive saying that, Yeah. He's like this. That's why I don't send him music anymore. I don't send him music, actually. What I do is that I play them and I see how the crowd react, and that's how I see if a track is good or not.
So we're almost talking about 2 episodes about developing talent, and this is the way to do it?
And then crushing talent. No, but Joel was one. I don't know if because obviously you had Joel Diesel on the podcast before, and he was one person that really caught my wrath as well. But it's like sometimes people can be a bit too friendly when it comes to feedback, and I've noticed that some people are too nice about it. Oh yeah, that sounds really good, and kind of the thumbs up and stuff like that. But when you recognise talent and you know how good something can be, I get quite frustrated that it's not like, come on, it's just round the corner, and I really believe in what you're doing, but this is not it, and it's not it. You can do better than this. So if I know that the artist has got more in the tank, if they are capable of doing more, I've just got such high expectations for the guys, which I've got that kind of faith in at the start, that if they don't meet the expectations, I am really rather. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be mean.
Yeah, no, I think it's. You know what? he see it on the really professional way, like I don't like this, fix that, you know. But when you're an artist and you're like spending, I don't know, bro, at the beginning I was spending hundreds of hours on one track, you know. And like he answered like out of nowhere 2 days after with like those 2 small messages. I don't like it. This is worse. This is better. You're like, bro, this is killing my day. You know, like you're ruining my life right now. You know, but in a way.
But also, Phil and WhatsApp are not friends.
No, well, the thing is, like when you've got that many messages coming through all the time, I just don't have time to sit and orchestrate a really polite message. I'm blunt, like super.
But with
blunt.
you, I think it's personal, Bastien.
I don't know actually, you know. But the thing is that I think it's also one way to grow up and make to have the best outcome. You know, like if I didn't had those kind of feedbacks at the beginning, maybe I would not have make it into like a proper career, if we can say it that way. Yeah. So there is negative point and positive points on everything, you know. So yeah,
you had someone who pushed you to make the best version of your music wise.
Yeah, and the thing is that because I'm French, like I don't have that much colleague in France that I can send them something to have feedbacks, you know. Like basically it's like me on my own, Orient Studios, and after that it's directly in Netherlands or with Gearbox, you know, and that's it. So,
and you also spent quite a couple of years at the Revolutions label, right?
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
So that was the talent label, if I'm correct, right?
It's like the sub-labels of it. Yeah, definitely, yeah. So that's basically how you start, like where you start, or most of the artists started, I believe, when it was created. Because I don't even know when it was created, actually. Because I know Gearbox for a long time, but Revolution, I don't know.
Oh, it was only about 1 or 2 years after Gearbox was introduced to the scene. Yeah.
So yeah, I've started there, and since a few years I'm with Gearbox, and that's it.
How was that period for you?
At Revolution, bro, I was pumped. Like you know, I'm just a small guy from a city in France. I was really pumped to just have the opportunity to, I don't know, showcase my music to, and just having my music released on a label. Like for me, it was something really crazy. Like I said, I'm just like a fan of this music for a long time. And when I saw that it was getting serious in a way, a bit serious, I was like, okay, maybe I can do something with it. Because at first I just did this like by passion for, I'm an IT guy. So I was like, okay, I know how a computer works. I love music. Maybe I can try to do some music, you know? And when I started to have like contracts and everything, I was like, wow, I was not expecting that at all. So I was really happy at that time.
And when did you decide, okay, you need to move up to the main label?
There was a crossover period for quite some time. And I think that's probably when I was most critical of your productions at that time, because there was always a lot of discussion about, right, because I think a lot of people from the fan base side were expecting Exproz to move up to main label.
Yes, actually.
You were really good friends with everyone on the Gearbox main label as well. And I held off because, again, it was there, but just wasn't there yet. So like there was so much discussion about what's going to be on the main label and everything else, but
it also went weird because you threw Bastien in the group with all the artists called main label. It was, hey guys, here's Bastien. He's not going to sign, but he's just going to be here to chill. And now we still joke about him being a Revolutions artist.
So basically what happened is that I remember the message and I took a screenshot because I was really proud of it, even if it was a funny thing. It was funny and I was proud of it. So he put me in the main label thing, WhatsApp group, sorry. And it just said, okay, for now he is not part of the label, but he have all the same gig than you. So it will be better for the communication. So I was there for the communication. So I saw myself, you know, as a waiter guy with like the cafe and say, yeah, I'm here for the coffee, guys. I'm just here, you know, just for communication things, you know.
Fly on the wall.
So at first it was like this, at very first. And I was not even, like at that time, it didn't even like, I was not even like sad, tired or angry or anything. I was just like, okay, let's keep the grind, bro. I'm a really working guy, so it will come when it will come. And if it don't come, I will try somewhere else. And that's it. I was not really like sad or anything else. And the thing is that I was really good friends with all the main artists already, because I believe I'm like really like a a natural guy. Like I don't want to act like someone or whatever. So that's how the friendship became with like the main artist guys.
He
So-
fit the group really well.
Yeah,
it was,
that's
it
the
was like
thing,
he was
yeah.
so natural with the group that it made sense to have him in there. But I knew he was going to be an artist of Gearbox at some point. But simply because he fit with everyone else so well that it was obvious he should be in there. And to be honest, one of the things I'm really proud of now with the current Gearbox label is that everyone gets on. They're down to earth. There's like no kind of ego about it. I think it's the best group of artists I've ever worked with. Like everyone got on so well, and yeah, he just fit. He really did fit so well with everyone else. So
I think that's one of the nicest thing to like. There is no ego. There is no competition really. Like when someone do something really great, like I don't know, someone do an anthem for something, I'm not jealous. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm pumped for it. You know, like
Happy fathers.
kind of, yeah. Like I don't know what the future holds, but what's for sure is that I will still become friends with everyone here. You know, that's the thing. Like even if my career fall off, I don't know, whatever. You know, they will become friends. Like it's not only about work. It's not like a colleagues. They are not colleagues for me. You know, they are proper friends that I can hook up with, and we don't even talk about music. Basically, we talk about life or whatever.
Well, that's a good thing, though.
So how
Yeah.
is life, Bastien?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just a bit sad to be that late, and I'm pretty sorry for that. I was a bit hungry in the car. Not gonna lie, I was a bit hungry in the car. But now that I'm here with you, I don't know how much time we have. So let's try to do the best with the time we have.
Certainly
basically.
We'll certainly do. No, we're going to talk about later about your performance at the mighty Ziggo Dome later in January. But first, we're going to do the segment like we did in the first episode, and that is the Gearbox tic-tac-toe. Sebastian, I'm going to introduce the segment to you. For this special Gearbox series, we have a special game. And that game is for the audience, of course. If they can fill in the gaps of which artist made a collaboration with the other artist that you will see in the image.
Okay.
So I'm going to play some background music for this as well. And here we go. When you know the track of this...
Elevator Essentials, Volume 100.
It truly is. Okay, so here is another image. And we're going to start on top on the left. Name the collab
is this just for Bastien?
for all of you.
Top left. The strikers in sick mode.
Right in the middle
Yeah.
there. Aggressive Act, one of the greatest tunes of all time. Malice,
Magic,
and Ruler.
below, left below.
No, but
Magic.
the strikers in
Rebellion.
sick
Strikers
mode.
in sick mode.
They did a collab. I don't.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They done it. In fact, that was on the Twin Turbo EP.
Oh wow, that's a long time ago.
What was it called? Oh, I had like oh my god,
This one is
It's a
harder than the
Spanish
last
name.
one, Wouter.
You ask for harder questions,
true.
you get it.
Oh, that's going to annoy me so
The
much.
last one we killed in a
Sick
minute.
Mode,
I have
Sick Mode and
actually
Malice.
no clue which track it is. I'm sorry.
But that's
Sick Mode and Malice have done a track together.
You could just name every Malice check.
Exactly.
Tormentor.
Tormento.
Oh,
Sick
well,
Mode
we are already
and
on this one.
Warface. I'm glad I'm not answering this one. I know all the answers, but
Can we
this
call?
game's for
Can we call
Bastien.
someone? Do a joker?
The helpline.
Sure, helpline.
Rebellion and Malice. Confronting Violence. Rebellion and Warface.
Yeah,
What was the
that's
name of the
opening
one?
statements.
Opening statements.
Confronting
Ruler
Violence
and
is the
Warface.
best one,
Watch your back. Warface and Ruler.
The strikers in
also
sick
had,
mode.
I don't
Sick
know the
Mode and
name.
Warface.
I'm
I
still
don't
on
know
that one, bro. I don't know the name.
Sick Mode and Warface.
Yeah.
I'm going to cheat and just say watch your back as well because right. Okay, am I getting that one?
Come on, okay. There is multiple times the same answer. Okay.
Here we go. It's the Strikers. I cannot remember the name of that one with Strikers.
I'm still on
and
that
Ruler.
one,
I
bro.
can't
I'm still
even
on level
remember how
one.
it
Strikers
goes.
and sick mode.
Can you hum it for me?
It's not. Is it Vamos? No. Was it Vamos?
Oh.
Was Vamos?
Yeah, they're from the Lockdown album,
Yeah,
right?
Hey.
Vamos. Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
I can't remember the name of the new one with Ruler and Strikers.
Ruler and strikers.
Yeah. It was.
It's just
I was told, oh, we've got a big surprise for you coming up. So when we play this track at Rebirth during our set, you need to be there because you're going to love this. It's a big surprise for you. And I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? And the tension, because they were so excited for me to be there for it. And then, do you know how they've got the bit that goes, AR Gang is part of the vocal for it, and then Gearbox drops later. That's my vocal, it's in that as well.
Is that also your vocal?
That is also my vocal, yeah.
Biggest ghosted vocalist in the scene.
Thing is, I didn't even recognise it. I did not recognise my own voice. So, like, I just heard Gearbox. I thought, is that it? Sure had to tell me. I was like, yeah, that's actually your voice. I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea.
For Sig Mode and the Strikers, the collab, the Average Summer song was also a possibility.
Yeah.
Two
I'm
average.
thinking of the two artists, but there was some more. Yeah, with that, just I didn't know.
No, but well done.
100%.
I think we covered everything, right?
Did we miss? There must have been one that we missed because
It was a 100% success rate, Philip.
Malice and Sig. We got onto that. Yeah.
I think we covered everything.
No, everything is.
I think we've got everything. Yeah, cool.
Confronting
Easy,
Evil,
mate.
what a
Easy.
track.
Confronting Evil.
Maybe we need to to switch things up a little bit for maybe a next time, but also let the viewers at home let us know, did you complete this game? Did you beat us in this game?
They have internet. It's
Wouter,
pretty
next
easy.
time you hum a melody and we guess it.
Oh, that's going to be a shit show. All right, before we continue, first of all, let us know what you think of this podcast to get you geared up for the Gearbox Grand Prix. It's going to happen on 17th of January in the mighty Ziggo Dome. You need to be there, so get your tickets now at gearboxdigital.com/Grand Prix, and we hope to see you there. Okay, Exproz. First of all, because Gearbox has done many events, and we've already scheduled the path of going from Zaandam to Utrecht to Amsterdam, but also to Australia, where you performed as well.
Yeah.
How was that?
Mind blowing, man. Every time I'm going to Australia, it's really special to me. But now going just for our party, Gearbox party, it's really impressive. And I know that they were waiting this for a long time. Phil was working on it for a really long time. Of course, we all were spammed with DM, when are you coming? Because at one point it was pretty obvious that it was about to happen, And when it was announced, I knew it would have been, it was going to be a big success, and it was really, really sick. The crowd there, they are not as spoiled as us in Europe. So when you can see that lineup there, they knew. I knew that the crowd would be really insane, and it was really crazy. One of my favorite gigs of the last. Was it this year? Still,
it would have been this year,
yeah. So it was one of my favorite gigs of this year, definitely.
And Phil and Floris, how was that Australia trip for you?
It was an emotional one, mate. A real emotional one, because that I put everything into that. It was a long time coming, and trying to navigate the politics and stuff like that when you're trying to put an event like that together. It was really, really stressful leading up to it, and then to finally kind of find the venue, the partner that we were doing it with. It was a relief, because I felt the pressure of the country to try and get it done. But there was so few opportunities with the right venue, the right person to do it with. So to get it announced, to get it out there, to then sell out kind of on the first day was just a massive relief. I was real nervous, really nervous. I did not know where this was going to go. So everything on the lead up was fantastic. But obviously there was issues with the venue. I don't know if you've seen kind of what happened over there.
No, I saw something on Reddit.
Reddit. I love Reddit. But basically the management plan was not ideal with the venue and the way it was set up, because in the Ziggo Dome it's the same kind of idea, but they give this free flow kind of movement, so they trust enough that the people are going to know, right, it's a bit too busy here, we're going to move over to this side or take a seat, or we're going to go and get some food. But the security is very, very strict, so they were like, right, we're at capacity, we're not letting anyone in. And the tickets which were bought had, I think there was like second floor tickets or whatever else, but people were coming down.
Seated
Seated tickets, and people were coming down and adding into that as well. So it became really overcrowded. They closed off, and there was like a big outcry. And honestly, I've never been so gutted, because I ran up to see what was going on. I heard some rumours and texts and stuff like, Phil, you need to come here. So I think from maybe the third hour, I was just completely stressed out, running about trying to fix what was going on, and I was just completely powerless. You know, it's like the security were just really adamant, no, that nothing could be done. And because people on the floor were finding out that they wouldn't get back in if they went out, they just stayed there. So it was a really kind of for me, it was I was gutted. I spent 3 days after that, because everyone had left messages saying this is unacceptable. There was complaints that came through the Gearbox page. 3 days I was leaving voice notes to every single person that had complained, saying, look, this is not what we wanted to do. This is not how we run our events. We're really sorry. We're going to look into it. And just trying to give a kind of human touch to the response, but also let them know that I do care, because we want to throw good parties. We want to throw parties where everyone's having the best time of their life. So for me, I remember walking into that stage and seeing the screens and stuff, and we done like a little, the anthem was being played with Joel and Andrex before the event started. The sound was coming through. I was like, that was one of the best moments of my life, just knowing this is going to be big.
It's also one of the best venues, man.
Yeah,
I never saw anything like that.
And then looking from the stage to the crowd as well. Remember all the phones and
that was no, but for real, that was mind blowing. I'm just really happy that I was not aware of that issue with the crowd, because when we were aware of that at the end of the event, we were gutted. We were like really sad. And the thing is that I remember like Andrex and Diesel from Australia. I remember they told me like, bro, we have DM of people like, what are you doing? What's that? They're like, bro, we are just artists. I don't know what to answer to this. And the next day, I remember we all talk about it, and we were like, okay, that was legendary, but at the same time, that was that small fucking little thing that was like, fuck. And
he obviously didn't know, because
I was I had the time of my life at
tensions could have been high towards the end of the event. Then we close off with the fuck Gearbox closing. This guy thinks it's a smart idea to grab the microphone and go, Vegemite sucks. And the boo's like, boo. I was like, oh no, Bastian.
But I didn't know. I just had the fucking time of my life, bro. So basically
Vegemite sucks.
What happened is that we had like a fuck Gearbox closing with all of us. A bit of alcohol. We were like having a good time and everything. And at the end, I don't know, because this is like a big meme. I'm coming, I think like the fourth time I was in Australia, and every time I'm triggering the Austrian fans by stories, I'm saying, okay, 7 attempts of Vegemite with like, every time like really, it's a rage bait thing, by the way, you know. Every time I say it's disgusting, it's like one of the worst thing ever. And yeah, for me, it was really fun. And the next day, they have like a Hardstyle group on Facebook, because I still use a lot of Facebook there. And I saw the videos of me saying Vegemite sucks, and it was like 20K view. It was the morning, so basically it was only 10 hours ago it was posted, you know, and I was like,
you should have posted that yourself, mate. That's missed reach right there.
Marketing, marketing. No, but yeah, I was
next year.
I was like, fuck. And I saw the comments, and some comments were really pissed off, and I was like, no way. I'm just a joking guy. Maybe it was a joke that was a bit out of the borders, but luckily there was like maybe 10 people who were like, yeah, never bring this guy again in Australia. But all the rest, they were like, no, okay, this is pretty funny.
Would it be okay? So like Vegemite is like the top notch thing in Australia. They always put it on their breads.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Would it be the same if we say fuck you croissants for France, or what is it?
I would laugh my ass off if you do that. To be fair, I don't know. I think some people didn't get the joke, like some grumpy old guy.
It was the wrong time to make it.
That's the thing. The joke was good, but wrong time. And like I said, we just had like the day of our life. Like it was insane. And I didn't know about the crowd thing. And that's right after some people show me some videos, and there was like a queue just before the stairs to come. And I saw on Reddit, some people were like, yo, bro, I hold my pee for the entire day because I was too scared to miss that set, to miss that edit, that collab, blah, blah, blah. So some people were like locked kind
Yeah.
of in the
It was
crowd.
horrible, mate. It was horrible.
They
Well,
couldn't get
guys-
back in if they went to the
They were
toilet.
scared of this. They were scared of
I mean,
this.
the general mood, the feedback after the event for everything music-wise, I mean, the sound system, the performances from everyone, the production in general, like the way it looked. I mean, there was so much good that came from it, but to have something as kind of elementary, it feels like, as that, to ruin it for me, I was gutted. I was a deep state of depression for a while after it, because it felt like it just should have been so much better.
Okay, so for a possible next event in Australia, would a case like this be solved?
I'm looking to Sheard for the horn. Don't ask me questions because I will answer them. So please move on. I'm not talking anything more. No more questions about anything that might be upcoming. 'cause I'll
But it
spill
was
the
more
beans.
about if you always learn from the mistakes, right? I mean, that's
Oh no,
easy, easy answer.
we'll make exactly the same mistakes again. No, it's going to be a 10K venue, and we're going to sell
Button,
20,000
Phil,
tickets.
button.
Fuck the lot of yous. Vegemite sucks.
We need to put it in the next anthem. Next
God.
Australian anthem, it needs to be like
mate,
an Easter egg of it.
I can't wait until I wake up tomorrow and see Reddit, and it's only this bit that's been taken, and my face is there again, man. So,
Well, that venue in Australia was kind of similar to that Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
A massive venue,
At least
perfect sound system.
as legendary, definitely.
oh yeah.
So, Exproz, you're teaming up with BMBERJCK and Sparkz as Team Nitro. What can we expect from this team in the Ziggo Dome on the 17th of January?
Well, I'm pretty happy because we play quite early. Okay, the timetable is not up, but you can expect us to play a bit early. And I mean, I don't know where the podcast is coming to. Beep this if you can't say that.
It's gonna be out before, right?
Streaming it live.
And the thing is that I believe it will be like a good way to warm up for like a good day, even if we are not opening. Like I'm really happy to not have like a really late slot. So what you can expect, we still need to do the collab thing.
Ooh.
The thing is that we want like a like a three-way collab. We just need to find the time for it. Now we are like beginning of December, so we still have plenty of time for it. And like with 3 people, it can be really quickly done. You can expect a lot of new music. At least for me, you can expect a lot of new music because right now I'm like really creative. Like this is my break day, but normally I'm in the studio like 10 hours a day. So yeah, no, I will have definitely a lot of new music, and I know that if we are 3, I will have to select some tracks. Like it will be a sacrifice have to be done, with like the track selection. But yeah, that's going to be really sick, I believe. Yeah, definitely.
And how much are you looking forward to the Ziggo Dome and the entire event?
Like for me, like every Gearbox event are like really legendary to me because like now those guys that you see on the lineup, they are not like just names, they are my friends, and I know we work a lot for it. Like the last year Gearbox party, I think it's like the time of my life I worked the most. Like for now, it's like my most busy time ever. And yeah, we work every time a lot, so that means there will be a lot of new tracks. I have a lot of collab coming. I don't know, maybe beep that. I don't know. We will see afterward what you have to do. Yeah, press the knob and do good. I saw the hands like, okay, it's the time. So yeah, I normally, now he's in Bali. Anderek sent me some new stems. We have like a cool setup for it, so I need to work on it. I have some collabs in the hard techno scene. I have some other collab with the Gearbox guy. There will be a lot of music. I don't know how much I will play because I want to play some classic of mine, some track I play every time. So yeah, you can definitely basically just only new music, what you can expect of. And yeah, that will be normally the first time that my parents see me performing.
coming? Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
man.
So that's a long time they told me like, okay, now this is not a joke anymore, because the first years they were like, okay, this is impressive. He can play in Netherlands, wow. And now after like 3 or 4 years, I told them like, yo, now this is serious, like this is not like a hobby thing. Now this is basically like my main revenue, my main job, the thing I'm doing every day. So you need to come for like a big one. And I was like, yeah, I got you for a big one. So yeah, they are coming at the Ziggo Dome. Yeah, especially that place. Like, I'm not sure. I need to tell them that this is a legendary place. Like, a lot of even outside of Hardstyle, it's like a legendary venue, you know. And that will be the first time for them in Amsterdam. They will spend a few days in Amsterdam and come to the party. So going to be sick. At least for me, it's going to be one of a kind event, definitely not a normal one.
How cool is that?
That's one thing I love as well. See, having that buzz of the family turning up as well. I remember Joel's family turning up in Australia, and I don't know. I love it when the artists
Lucas,
bring the.
I remember Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
And Ziggo Dome was that, right?
Yeah.
I brought my family to the Ziggo Dome as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
cool.
for me.
My mum will not watch this podcast, so I don't feel bad about saying this, but I had to kick my own mum out of my party because she got too drunk. She got
And
booted out.
she have the same accent, even worse than Phil. Bro, impossible to understand.
That's his mother. Chill.
Impossible to understand, bro.
This
Impossible
guy's
to
got no
understand.
filter, man. Fuck Vegemite. Fuck Phil's mum.
That's not what I said. I just say that it was impossible to communicate it. Basically.
Oh no, she was really drunk. She was super drunk. She's never been backstage at an event before, so like all this free booze. She was like, "Oh my god, there's champagne in here." I was like, have a little bit of champagne. I said, "Have a little bit of champagne." She had 2 or 3 bottles of champagne. And my sister as well. My sister ended up. She was a bit too drunk as well, and. Oh Christ!
And your mother lost her purse, and my mother gave her the purse.
It was my sister. My sister lost her phone, and then my sister started like asking everyone, like, "You need a phone, Phil. Like, please get Phil. I've lost my phone." Like, she was freaking out. So I get a phone call from Mies Vertile. I'm like, "Oh, where's this coming from? Oh, bud, how you doing?" He's like, "I've got a bit of a situation." "Oh no, what's going on?" It's like, "Your sister's here, and she's lost her phone." Oh, no. I thought I was getting a call for something like really interesting with Vertile. Like, maybe he wants to come and release on Gearbox. Maybe something big's happening. Like, "No, your drunk ass sister is here. Come and get her, please. She's lost her phone and she will not leave me alone." I was like, "Oh shit."
Well, that's a good story, though.
But no, like having the family there, it was amazing. But it just goes to show, like, see the size and the scale, and like one thing I noticed as well is that the boys work towards it. Like this is the one
Big
where they're
time.
like really working to this event. So afterwards and during the event, it feels like just a bit of a release of stress, and like say the tension for me going into an event like this as well. It's like there's so much rides on it, you know, so much.
The next
rides on
day
it.
is really special, you know, because the next day everyone's like, "Whew, it's done. Work is done. Everything went good," you know. So because like Phil said, like basically we ask him pretty early to know the date, because we know that we have to lock in our schedule. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 months if you're doing a live act, maybe even more. To lock some months and studio time for it, you know, because all the Gearbox guys are working their ass off every time.
It's
for
a
those
real
events.
sense of pride over it though.
It's a
Like the
team
artists,
effort.
the artists really feel part of the whole experience. I mean, as I say, remember when we sold out the Ziggo Dome the first time? We jumped on a video call. Like there was maybe nine of us all
Man,
jumped on a
that's
video.
the
We all
kind
started
of-
popping champagne together.
That's the kind of memories I will remember, man. That's insane. I think because that was one of the first year for me, but I'm not sure you were expecting that. Not at all.
No, I did not expect
When I
that.
checked how much tickets they sold, we can't see how much, but when you want to buy them, they were already like phase 3. I was like, what the fuck? It was like 1 hour ago, so that means like 2 phases were sold out already. And I saw all the message, and after that, I think after a few hours he was
4
drunk,
hours,
or I don't know. He was, I don't know. He was having a time of his life.
I was playing golf when we started selling the tickets, and I was in a competition, and I think between the 10th hole and the end of the 10th hole, we'd sold about 6,000, 7,000 tickets. And for me, I was like, right, the golf competition is off. I
don't care.
But no, but the fact that you can share it with the guys, you know, everyone was so proud. It was a team effort. Like everyone felt so much a part of the achievement.
But it didn't stay with that. We also rented a villa. We went straight after the Ziggo Dome to the villa. Did New Year's together. It was actually, I think, the first New Year's for Joel and Nick in the Netherlands. So like to celebrate that together after like that team effort, because it is a team effort. That's something special.
We had a good party.
It was a really good party.
It was sick. Yeah.
How awesome is that? So you also really you already premiered your Jailbreak live act on the previous Gearbox edition.
Last year was the first time. Yeah, the Jailbreaker last year was the very first time I was dying from stress, dying from work. And I told myself I don't want to work that much again. Like I will. It was a good way for me to understand how much work it is and how long in advance you need to schedule your workflow and everything. That was big time, hard time for me, that one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it emphasized that all the Gearbox artists would like to make a statement at the Gearbox event, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, at least, especially when you have a live act, definitely. Like when you have a live act, this is the one that you don't want to fail. You want to showcase as much as you can, possibly, you know.
I think a lot of promoters don't really understand how much goes into a live act, you know, because the requests come through for live acts all the time. Oh, we want something special, we want a live act. But if you're going to do a live act, which is going to be special, you need to put loads of time into it. So it can sometimes be really unfair to make that request and say, oh, just do a back-to-back live act and a live act here. Can you not just do this and do that? No, it's a serious amount of work. You're basically making 30 minutes worth of new music, pouring your life and soul into it. It's a lot to take on. And I've seen people crumble. Like I've worked with so many artists now through the years, and taking on like an album, taking on a live act, taking on their own event, you can get real close to burnout. It's not an easy thing, and I think he was stressed, like real stressed.
Especially at the beginning. Yeah. I don't know how deep and how personal we want to go into this, but yeah, like when I started to have like the opportunities to go to Gearbox back at Revolution, I told my girlfriend, okay, if I'm going that way, I will never go. I will go full on. You know, I will go to like full gas to it. Like I will work like 20 hours a day if it need, because I felt that there was a possibility. And Phil told me at the beginning, okay, I see some potential. Send me some stuff. And what I sent him was like my third track. I don't even had like one full track before this, so it was like at the really beginning, and already he already saw me online. I don't even know how it's possible. I had one track on SoundCloud at that time, and yeah, like if you want to go that way, there is no special secrets, no tips. You need to work really, really hard, especially nowadays, because nowadays you have everything online. You have tutorials. With a 20 euro, you have like a sample pack that can have some kicks, leads, whatever. And with that means that everyone can make a track. But to make it, like to pop off, it's like really the big deal, you know? Like being a DJ and good on social media is a thing, but being a good producer, it's like the main deal, you know?
Well, I think that goes for all of you guys within the Gearbox label. That hard work and also that passion leads up to amazing things like doing a Ziggo Dome show.
Yeah.
Basically, yes, that's a good resume, but I think it's for everyone, like not only Gearbox, like everyone is hard working. Like there is maybe 10% of the people that are like really hard pushed by someone in the scene or whatever. But now that I know a lot, after like 4 years, I can see that everyone is working hard. Like all the DJ that you see that they have like a really cool life or whatever, they work really hard in the background, really, really hard.
Well, I think those are pretty nice words to end off this Gearbox series in PLAFONDDIENST. Phil, Floris, Exproz, thank you very much for coming, and I think
pleasure.
we're really looking forward towards that Ziggo Dome show.
Let's do it.
Thank you for
having us on, man. Really appreciate it.
For the people that didn't buy a ticket yet, final shout out.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Vegemite sucks.
That was exactly at that time, okay?
Okay. I can maybe start slagging off Dutch food and cuisine and wine and stuff like that.
Oh,
Let's not get into that.
Yeah,
now.
we really should have closed off with the nice words. Well, thank you very much for watching and thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you at that Ziggo Dome event on the 17th of January. Get your tickets now at gearboxdigital.com/Grand Prix, and we hope to see you in Amsterdam. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.
This podcast is powered by Mill Lions. Use discount code HARDNEWS10 for a 10% discount on your festival outfit.